Hi guys, welcome back to the Drive Life channel, and in today's video you join me on a fantastically beautiful autumn morning. We're going to be taking a look at the S80. I've owned it for 10 months now, and I've just realised I had never actually filmed a proper review, so I thought we'd go through that today, tell you what this car's been like to own for the past 10 months, what I've learned, and yeah, just sort of the general how the car's been. So like I said, I'm in a rather lovely part of the world. Very lucky to have this on my doorstep, so I thought I'd bring the S80 out to somewhere nice and picturesque. You're gonna have to excuse the filth. I'm on my way between clients and I was hoping to have the car washed, however forgot that it was locked down and there's no car washes open, so you'll have to forgive the disgustingness autumn look of the car. So yeah, let's get into. Actually, it's not looking too bad in this light, but I can assure you, I won't get too close. But it is awful. So, like I said, I bought this car in January 2020 after my previous car, BMW 1 Series, was damaged in an accident, and I bought it for really cheap. It was £1,500. Apologies, you guys have already seen this, but I'll just fill the people in. And yeah, it's been a fantastic car. It's a 2009 S80 D5 with a twin turbo D5 engine, so it's 205 brake horsepower standard. As you can see, it's got the Polestar optimization, which means it's running closer. Well, as standard with the Polestar, it runs 220. This one's closer to 240 with air filters, etc. So yeah, it's a lovely car, nice and powerful, which is just what I like. It's the Geartronic, so it's got the 6-speed Aisin TF80SC transmission, and it's been absolutely great, to be honest. This transmission shifts really fast. It's nice and smooth. When it's cold, it does tend to be a bit sort of notchy, but you'd expect that. I'm going to change the transmission fluid soon. Looks like there's a tractor nearby. We're in an absolutely stunning location, as you can see. With massive manor house there, church. But yeah, so I'm going to change the transmission fluid soon. But overall, guys, this has been a fantastic car. I've put over 10,000 miles on it because I've enjoyed driving it that much. We'll give you a tour on the outside. As you can see, it's in the I've never ascertained as to what colour this is. It seems to be quite a limited run colour. There's very few S80s and V70s in this colour, so let me know what you guys think it is. It'd be good to know. This is the R-Design SE Premium model, one of only 28 ever made. So we've got twin pipes, we've got the later Volvo and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's got all the R-Design interior bits, which we'll show you, but exterior wise there's not much that makes it special. In terms of, we've got nice bits of chrome down there, etc. And it's just a bit more of a sporty looking body kit. We've also got the large emblem on the grille, which I personally prefer to the smaller ones. That'll be a nice picture, wouldn't it? So yeah, it's a nice looking car. It's nice and understated, which is what I love. I love the lines of the car. I'll show you those from the side. It's just, when Volvo were designing this, they said that they wanted it to be sort of understated Swedish luxury, and I'd say they've definitely done that right. I love the way that this rear end scoops down. You can definitely see that in the new S90 as well, that sort of design cue. And yeah, it's a fairly muscular looking car. You've got the crease that runs all the way down the side here. And yeah, it's just a good looking understated car. We've got the basic 17-inch R-Design alloys. They're not in the best condition at the moment due to the previous owner seem to not having any spatial awareness whatsoever. They've curbed all the alloys and they've also reversed into stuff. And that is one of the weird things about this car, is that it was never fitted with parking sensors. Despite being almost 5 meters long, there is no parking sensors on this car whatsoever. I had the tow bar fitted, which is actually a pretty useful, almost like a rear bull bar, as it were, actually designed for carrying bike racks and towing things, but you know, these things have multiple uses. And yeah, like I said, it's just a lovely looking car. It's got a nice bit of kit on it. I've added the wind deflectors here just to I like to have them on all my cars. It just makes it so you can open the window nice and easily without having the buffeting. We've got the halogen lights. We haven't got the projector lights, but these Volvo lights do a fantastic job. And you may notice there's some extra lights in the grille, but that's for work. So yeah, it's a lovely looking car. We'll take you on the inside now. Well, let's actually start off at the boot, shall we? So you guys can see. It's not going to be open. We'll start off on the inside. So on the inside, as you can see, it is very typically Swedish. I think Volvo were right when they said they were going for Swedish luxury, because yeah, it is. You can't complain. It is a lovely car to be in. The ride is really smooth. It's nice and sort of composed over bumps, etc. And this is what I'm talking about with the R Design package. So you've got these blue dials here, you've got the R Design steering wheel as denoted there, and you've got this lovely aluminium trim everywhere. And I think that's pretty much all of the R Design badging on the inside of the car. But yeah, it's a nice place to be. These seats are immensely comfy. Volvo are known for their amazing seats, and yeah, they are fantastic. And they've got the three-way memory adjustments there. This is obviously the Geartronic transmission. So you've got your park, reverse, neutral and drive as usual, and then you've got a manual mode. When you knock the gear knob over, it will put it into manual, and you can change gears yourself. I don't tend to do that because it's pretty pointless, to be honest. It's not really why you buy this car. The car seems to like locking itself. There we go. In the rear, you've got plenty of room. Excuse my rubbish. I've got some work files, etc. I'll chuck those on the floor, and some more lights to be fitted to the car. As you can see, this rear seat has had a bit of use over the years. It was used by the guy previous to me to carry around his dogs. So planning to get a new rear bench shortly, just to replace that. The actual back is absolutely fine. Just this, it's actually really only the middle seat has had it, to be honest. So but in terms of comfort, this is fantastic in the back of here. You've got loads of leg room, loads of space, loads of headroom as well, despite the sloping roofline. You've also got armrests and cup holders here, which is lovely, and the armrest folds down, so it's nice and plush and lovely. And then let's go to the boot, and the doors open nice and wide as well for easy entrance. If we go to the boot now, I've got various bits of rubbish in there, but you can see the sheer size of this. Yeah, it goes on for miles. And then you've got a shelf that folds up. I'll show you that now. If we move all of this rubbish out of the way, like so you can divide it. So if you've got anything that you want to hide in the back there, or you want it to roll around, then you've got that option in there as well. We've also got then a spare tyre underneath. There's only a space saver one, so it's a bit rubbish, but does the job nonetheless. We've also got cigarette lighter there, which should have a cap on it, but mine's broken off. And the back seat releases, which release the back seats nice and easy, and the back seats will fold down from that. We've also got our Volvo warning triangle here. So yeah, that's it for really the tour around the car. And in terms of what it's been like to own, like I said, it's been an absolute joy. Comfort is unbelievable on long journeys. You can do 5-6 hours of driving, no issues whatsoever. You then got the fuel economy, that's half decent in a car as heavy as this, nearly 2 tons. You're looking at around 35 to 45 mpg, perhaps 45 plus on a motorway run. So yeah, around the town you're going to be getting the low end of 30. So overall it's about between 35 and 45 mpg. So what I'll do now is I'll rig the GoPro up and we'll go for a drive on these lovely scenic roads, because, well, why not? It's a lovely day. May as well make the most of it. So yeah, let's go for it. Okay then guys, so you join me behind the wheel of the S80. As you can see, we're going down some country lanes. That's probably why the car is in the state that it is in terms of dirt, but I thought this is a good time, or a good sort of type of road to show you guys how comfortable this car is. It's all happening today, as you can see. So yeah, we're just in, there's no modes on this car, we're just on normal driving mode really, and as you can see, it's perfectly comfortable. We've got the gearbox. There's an annoying thing because it's a torque converter gearbox. You get the over revving, so the engine sounds like it's working a lot harder than it actually is. But yeah, noise inside here from outside is isolated perfectly. We've got no sort of wind noise. Obviously we haven't gone up to high speed yet, but when we do, you'll see that we have no sort of wind noise whatsoever. And the ride is nice and supple, sort of gliding through these countryside lanes, and yeah, it's just a lovely place to be. The seating position is fantastic, you literally cannot beat it. We've got the different modes as well, sort of the 3 memory settings, so depending on how you feel you can set different ones. So I've got one that leaves me slightly back on the motorway, but when I'm sort of driving here I have a closer position for when you actually have to do stuff. So yeah, we are so blessed with where we live. As you can see, it's an absolutely stunning place out in the countryside, and this time of year is just perfect for that sort of thing. We've got, I don't know if you can see them, there's sheep now. There's a big stately home up on the hill there, but yeah, like I said guys, this car is just a joy to drive. We don't know if you can see the gauge, but we're saying we're doing 38 mpg and just sort of driving around these lanes. We've got all our cruise control and everything on the steering wheel as well. We've got our Bluetooth mobile phone control, which is nice. And there, you see what I mean by the over revving there. Sounds good though. That's the thing with this car, is because it's got the bit of tweaking done to the exhaust, it does sound nice. And once we get onto the open road, I'll show you that shortly. But yeah, in terms of handling, the car handles well. The steering can be a bit numb, but you'd expect that in sort of an executive saloon car. They're not really designed for being pushed to the limit. There's no sort of sports mode or anything like that, so it's not like it's adaptive, so you can't stiffen the steering up. However, you can get these cars fitted with adaptive 4C suspension, which is where you have the 3 modes. You have comfort, sport and advanced, I think, are the modes, and yeah, they're good cars to get because it's an expensive system if it goes wrong, but it is a good system. So we'll go out onto the... You can hear that 5-cylinder engine just opening up, and it just sounds glorious, doesn't it? So yeah, we're just gonna come out of this 40 zone, stop behind a queue of cars, as you can see. Typical. So I'm probably not going to be able to put our foot down. I might have to turn around shortly. But yeah, even like the steering wheel, Volvo have clearly thought about how this car is to drive long distance. The steering wheel's just lovely. You've got your thumb rests here, but you've also got just a nice size. And it's nice with this metallic finish as well. It's cold to the touch and it just feels quality, which you cannot complain about whatsoever. This is where you just stick the cruise control on and do what this car does best, and just cruise for thousands of miles at a time. The fact that this car's fuel tank is so big means that you've got about an 800 to 1,000 mile cruising range, so you can really go a long way on one tank of fuel, which is one of the perks I think about this. We'll spin around in here. Got a nice turning circle, as you can see. Currently there's nothing coming, so we can go straight out again and put our foot down. There's 60 there. Poor Adam's just stuck behind that lorry. So yeah, this car is an absolute joy to own and drive. 60 miles an hour now. As you can hear, there's not much noise inside really. There's a bit of added wind noise compared to usual because I've got the wind deflectors on. That's just sort of personal preference really. It's not that noticeable once you've got your music playing and everything as well. You don't really notice that. We've also got the premium sound system in this car, or high performance sound, which again sounds fantastic. Volvo base their sound systems on the acoustics of the Gothenburg sort of symphony hall, which sounds a bit crazy, but it's a true fact. And the way they design the sound systems is that so it can be sort of most beneficial for the music you're listening to, so it gives you nice clear rich tones, and it's just lovely to listen to. And it goes towards this car's relaxed luxury aura that it has. Granted, it's not a BMW 7 Series or anything like that, but it's not competing against those cars. It's competing against the 5 Series and E-Class, and it's nice to have something that's slightly different from the rest. Granted, those cars are probably better in certain aspects. They probably handle better, but this is sort of an exclusive club. I mean, this particular spec is one of 28 ever made. I think there's only 18 of them left on the road. The S80 in general, there's actually more Ferrari 458s for sale, as I mentioned in the previous video, than there are Volvo S80s, which says something about sort of their rarity. I suppose it could mean that they're rubbish and no one bought them. But hopefully this drive and this video will show that they're not rubbish. And, they're just a joy to drive and own. So like I said, this car hasn't owed me anything. Just up behind a tractor now, quality. This car hasn't owed me anything really. I bought it so cheap, fixed a few bits, and it's a car that I think I'll just keep until it dies, because I can't see that being anytime soon. And like I said, it's just a joy to drive. I think I'm probably going to get another car to run alongside this as well, sort of more of a fun car, because don't get me wrong, it's a nice fast car, but it's no Porsche 911, should we say. So that's something I want to look into, is having a secondary car that I can have this as the daily and have a secondary car that I can enjoy in nice weather and things like that. So yeah, I'll wrap it up. As you can see, we're stuck behind all this traffic, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.